Hey guys, it's Dr. Kresimir here. I'm a chiropractor in London, Ontario, Canada. Almost messed that up. Today we're gonna be talking about general exercises that everybody should be doing to help strengthen and support their lower back. I have some things that are important for you to understand the context because the chances of you injuring your spine, you're probably watching this because you injured your spine, because and you're probably specifically watching this video because you're tired of injuring your spine. Most of us are gonna hurt our back. The studies say that 80% of people are going to have debilitating back pain at least one point in their life. So we need to understand how your spine works and how these injuries work so we can not reproduce the same things that are making you watch this in the first time. In general, your spine does not like any type of movement. It likes bracing and it likes being still, and the curves are there to support your structure. But the way that modern society works is we do a lot of things with our spine. We sit in our cars or we stand unevenly all day. The most common mechanism of injury is small little daily things that we do incorrectly that eventually add up over time. It's never, well, I bent over to tie my shoe and then I couldn't stand up. There was nothing exciting or specific about that incident when you were tying your shoe or when you were bending over or when you went to kick a soccer ball or whatever it was that injured your back or put your back out. It was a lot of little things that happened before that incident where you were damaging your spine a little bit over time, and then we got to that point. So the purpose of this video was to explain that to you, but also to show you the things that you can do daily if you're super interested, not to help support your spine so you're not re-injuring it over and over again, and you have some idea of the things that you can return to when maybe things flare up, and I'm reading my notes by the way, or they don't go as well as possible. And the first thing that you can do or that you need to do is, this is exercise number 1, is your core. Now, when I say core, most people think abs, right? So what you think about is, and I will show you, but you typically think about, exercises where you're working on your core when there's some type of flexion. So that type of rapid, quick trunk flexion is harmful to your spine. And when you're learning to strengthen your core isn't just your abs or your six-pack. Your core is everything that creates internal pressure to help balance your spine and your trunk. So yes, of course, your abs, but also your obliques, your pecs, your lats. And the type of exercises that you want to be doing are things like planks and any types of holds. So real simple exercise. I'll give you 3 that you can do. Exercise number 1, it's called an FLR. When you're in this position, you wanna be pushing your spine up towards the ceiling, and you wanna make sure that you're bracing like somebody's gonna punch you, and that's gonna help strengthen your spine. If you can't do it on your arms, you can do it on your elbows like this. Just make sure we're not getting the spaghetti posture. We're staying nice and firm. You can do the side plank like this. And again, if you have trouble with any of these exercises, because I understand and realize that there might be a lot of pain, you might have shoulder problems, you might not be able to do them, just comment below and I'd be more than happy to give you some alternatives. But the point is, I'm not moving. I'm learning how to brace and how to support my spine. And the purpose of that is it helps strengthen everything. So when you go about your business during the day, that's how you want to treat your spine. A lot of the times what we do is when we're standing, we slouch. When we're slouching like this or any other way, what that does is this is loose and that puts a ton of pressure on your spine. So when you're introducing this, or something that you can do every day is, let's say you're going to get your stopwatch out and you're gonna hold this position for 20 seconds, and then you're going to rest for 40 seconds, and then you're gonna hold it for 20 seconds, and you're gonna repeat that cycle 8 times. Then you're gonna turn to your side, and you're gonna do the same thing. So those are 3 exercises that you can do for your core. The other one, for the exact same reason, is we want to strengthen your glutes. Your glutes, or your butt, form and balance your pelvic, they balance out your pelvis. So we want to have a strong active glute that can turn on and balance our pelvis. There's a couple ways that we can do that at home. I mean, squatting is typically the best way, but very similar to what we just did for our core, we want to do for our glutes. So you want to be in this position, you want your heels as close to your butt as possible, and what you want to be doing is you want to be firing your pelvis up. You don't want too much knee flare. You want to keep your knees above shoulder width apart, and you want to drive. I should be able to, it's hard to see, but I should be able to lift my toes and drive up through my heels. And now what's happening is my glutes are engaged, and I'm learning how to fire this muscle. And again, hold for 20 seconds, then relax for 40 seconds, and develop proper glute firing. If this is easy and you can hold this, you can always switch to one leg. But we're firing the glutes. The next one is your hip flexors. Many of us spend a lot of time sitting. So what we want to do is learn how to open up these muscles in here. So this is simple stretches. Is this one like this? So the point of this stretch is to target this hip flexor. Now, a lot of times I see far too many people getting into this mode where they're leaning too far forward. So here's what you want to do. You want to be this knee at 90, this knee at 90, right? So I'm in this position, my back is straight, and I'm not arched in the back. I'll pull my shirt tight so you can see that my back is straight. I want to flex, and you can see my glute flexing. I want to flex this glute. So I want to turn this side on. Then I want to try to lean forward. And what you can see, I haven't arched or over-arched my back, which puts a lot of pressure on my back. But because this is turned on, now I can feel the stretch. So you want to hold this stretch for 40 seconds, then relax for 20 seconds, and then again, hold it for, and what this does is, this helps, and of course you want to repeat it to the other side. So we're going to be stretching like this. And what that does is it helps loosen up your hip flexors. And this is especially important if we spend a lot of time sitting. So we've done our core, we've done our glutes, we've stretched our hip flexors. And the last one I want to show you, I'm going to have to move everything in the camera, is distraction for your back. Now, this is, and can be, a little bit tricky. So let me explain. The first thing that you want to have is something solid to hang from. So this is just a wall. It's solid and it can definitely support my weight. You can also use a bar at the gym. This might be something where you need to go to the gym to do. Either way, what we're doing is gravity works on our spines. I'm going to show you an exercise that'll help not pull things apart, but just let gravity go the opposite way and add some decompressive forces to your spine, which feels really, really nice. Now, the key with this is you don't want to hang in this position for an extended period of time. You want to be in this position for about 5 to 10 seconds, then get back on solid ground, rest a minute, and then repeat it again 8 to 10 times. So this whole routine, once you get everything down and you've practiced it through, should take you between 5 to 10 minutes every single day, okay? And the goal would be to do it every day and then to judge. It's important that we understand the context. The nature of some spinal injuries, and this is why I really want you to be careful, the nature of some spinal injuries is some things are going to make your spine worse. If something makes you worse, please stop and contact your healthcare provider. But the goal overall is to help you feel stronger and better. So if you're noticing that, we want to look for any type of improvement. That's how we're going to judge whether these are effective exercises or not, okay? So the last exercise, again, you're gonna be hanging from something. It's gonna be tough to see the whole picture. You can see I'm on my toes right now. I'm well supported. I'm just gonna let my body hang here. My toes are going to stay in contact with the ground, and I'm just gonna let gravity take its course. Now, again, it's a tougher exercise to do. It's gonna require some upper body strength, but it's important to let gravity take its place and get in there, okay? If you have any comments or questions, please comment below. Again, the purpose is to do this every day and to help your spine move better and feel better. In conjunction with this is to watch the video of the things that we're doing every day to damage our spine and to stop doing those things. Hope you're having a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.